Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman here with the Strat-O-Matic Network, and we have a ball game in our 1911 replay. It's the Detroit Tigers at the Chicago White Sox. And I try to be reflective when I play these games, and I just am letting you know that I am under enormous stress with personal issues and having a very, very tough time. And I'm doing this just so I could distract myself. I hope that nothing comes up. We are very early on in this replay. This is the first game of April 20. And this is the first game of a two-game series between the clubs. Pitching for Detroit is Ed Lafitte, and for the White Sox, it's Ed Walsh, even though Ed Walsh pitched 2/3 of an inning in relief on the 19th in the part of the loss against the St. Louis Browns. But this is dead ball era. He pitched in this in real world. I'm surprised I didn't pick up on that. And so he'll be going. Captain Lafitte. And I'm going to really take my time with this game. I have iced coffee cooling down. I have regular coffee cooling down. And just a little iced coffee right now. Let's go through the lineups. And I may be interrupted, who knows? I hope not. I need a day of peace. Turmeric in your coffee, is that a spice? For the Tigers, Davy Jones leading off in left field, Donnie Bush at short, Ty Cobb in center, Sam Crawford in right field, Jim Delahanty at second, George Moriarty at third, Del Gaynor at first, Oscar Stainage catching, and Ed Lafitte is the pitcher for the Chicago White Sox. And I got to tell you, as I was prepping this game earlier, about 45 minutes ago, I found that the White Sox had some St. Louis Browns in their team, and the St. Louis Browns had some Chicago White Sox in their team, and I had a devil of a time. I sorted it out and got it all right to the best of my ability. For the White Sox, it will be Amby McConnell at second, Russ Zeider at short, Matty McIntyre in center, Patsy Daugherty in left, Nixie Callahan in right field, Lee Tannenhill at third, Tex Jones, so we have two Jones here. At first, we have Davy. And Tex. The catcher batting eighth is Billy Sullivan, and Big Ed Walsh, the spitballer. Anti-inflammatory, very interesting. You're smart to go with decaf if you're able to. And I think we have Kathy Harding here who may have some trivia questions for us as this game proceeds. We are in Chicago for this game. It's White Sox Park. And again, the White Sox are a slightly above average team. They were 3 games over 500 in real world. The Tigers came in second. They're a good team, 89 and 65. But we're in something called White Sox Park. Oh, it's the same as Comiskey. Okay, this is the same as Comiskey. It was built in 1910. My Lord, it's one of the oldest parks around. It was later named Comiskey. And the White Sox take the field. Big Ed Walsh on the mound. And leading it off for Detroit is Davy Jones. Okay, Walsh is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Jones, 2-6 right-handed, walked him. So Jones with a leadoff walk, 1-15, 1-12 not being held. Donnie Bush, the batter. He's going to try for a bunt. Infield back, he's still an A bunter. Hits it toward first down the 7, and it's picked up by Tex Jones. He steps on the bag at first, and Davy Jones goes to second on the sacrifice. So it's 1 out, Jones in scoring position for Ty Cobb. I don't know why. I think I used this card as a nameless player in an imaginary game or something. This is Cobb's card. No need to worry about that. 420 hitter. Here's the pitch to Cobb from Walsh, 2-12. Lines it to second, and he gets Jones off the bag. So we're going to call that a double play, as it was a 2-12 liner to second, max, and the side is retired. No runs. No hits, the walk by Jones. He was sacrificed to second and then doubled off on the liner to Amby McConnell. And after half an inning, it's Detroit nothing. And Chicago coming up. Here's Ed Lafitte. This is Lafitte's first, I believe it is his first appearance. He lived a long time. He died at age 85. He practiced dentistry after being a baseball player, practiced it for 42 years. He had gone to Southern Dental College in 1911. This might be his final season. No, he went to dental school 1911, and then he played through 1915 in the majors, that is. We have a question, top of the second, from Kathy Harden. So when that comes up, I urge you to all listen in on the question and try to answer a trivia question. Just put it in text. The correct answer wins a prize. Okay, Lafitte, the dentist, and Amby McConnell. Leading it off. Here's Lafitte, right-handed pitcher. That's 5'10", left-handed, grounds it to short X. That's Donnie Bush, a 176. 12-1. It's going to be a 76 roll. It's an error. They made a lot of errors back then. 4. It's a one-base error for Donnie Bush. So that'll put McConnell on. McConnell 1-15, 1-14. Not being held with pickoffs 7 and 8. Raleigh Zider is the batter. Zider will lay it down. Infield in, he's a B bunter now. Hits it to first. Six-B defense. McConnell 1-14. -4, 1-10. And first base 1-12. They're going to go for the shore out. I rarely go for that. McConnell goes to second on the sacrifice bunt by Zider. And now Matty McIntyre is the batter. Six-seven left-handed base hit, and that'll bring McConnell in. Good morning, demos. That'll bring McConnell in. A single, 2 asteroids off of Lafitte. McIntyre on first. again on a 6-7 left-handed. He's a 1-15, 1-14, not being held. And here's Patsy Daugherty. Just to let you know, Demo, since you just came in the spirit of reflectiveness, I am under enormous personal stress, and I'm playing this game merely to distract myself from my worries. Doesn't work that well, but when you're in acute distress or acute stress. McIntyre on first, one out, Daugherty at the plate. Pitch from Lafitte. 2-8, and that's a triple 1-14. A triple for Daugherty. And McIntyre scores. That makes it 2-0 White Sox. Daugherty with the big hit there. A 2-8 right-handed triple 1-14. He had 9 of them in real world. Now Nixie Callahan comes up. 1 out. Infield playing in. 2 runs in. Here's the pitch to Callahan. 6-6 right-handed. Look at that. Double 1-17. A double, bringing home Daugherty for the 3rd run. 3-0. And Lee Tannenhill is the batter. The pitch from Lafitte. 2-7, flies it to left. And Callahan will hold, caught by Davy Jones. And now here's Tex Jones with 2 outs. Lafitte trying to get out of this with just 3 runs allowed. Possible wild pitch. He's a 10. Nope. Stopped in the dirt. Here's the pitch to Tex. 6-7 right-handed, walked him. So Lafitte having a very, very tough first inning. First and second. And Billy Sullivan is the batter. Pitch from Lafitte. 5-8 right-handed, flies it to left, and Jones under it, and the side is retired. But 3 runs. They're all earned, except the first run. We've gone 1 inning. It's 3-0 Chicago White Sox over the Detroit Tigers. Now I want you to get ready. Kathy Harden with her first trivia question of the day. Wait for it now. Here it is. What team did Babe Ruth coach following his retirement? The last half of 1938. I give other people an opportunity by not putting an answer if I know it until I read it. But it was the Brooklyn Dodgers. I know that for a fact. In fact, if you Google it, you can see a picture of him. And they made him a first base coach, of course. No one wanted to have him manage. That's going to be a red jelly bean for Kathy Harden for an excellent question. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. And going back to Kathy Harden, are you saying 28,000 showed up for what? His first appearance as a coach? Surely, I doubt it's this game. 21,500 is the estimate for this game. Burley Grimes, Bill Ivamy notes, was the Dodger manager. He and the Babe did not get along during the season. Well, again, he had a tough time. If we look at the history, he wanted so very much to be a manager. And after he retired, no one would hire him because of his behavior. His conduct was erratic, I suppose. I guess that's one way to describe it. And it really is something to see Babe Ruth, coach of the Brooklyn Dodgers, they auctioned off his coaching uniform. And it fetched $500,000. And that looks to me to definitely be first base. Here's the batter. I mean, that's quite a picture. There are multiple pictures. This is, as Kathy Harden has taught us, this was 1938. And we're going to get back to our ball game here. Bill Ivamy shares a famous story about Ruth taking credit for a hit-and-run play. DeRocher, who was the Dodgers shortstop, told the press that Ruth had nothing to do with it. A fight ensued in the Dodger clubhouse, so that's quite interesting. I wonder if DeRocher kicked his ass because he was wiry. Unless you're talking about it just being a verbal spat. The dead ball era, of which 1911 is noted as being small ball. Dead ball, small ball. It's also slow ball, not the pitching, but the pace that I'm doing in this game in particular. Well, it's a 3-0 lead that Big Ed Walsh, the spitballer, takes the mound for the top of the second. Kathy Harden notes that she can't verify that exact number, but they drew 200,000 more fans than the year prior. And Baseball Demos knows that he kicked him clean as a baby's ass. Or would it be kick? Are you talking DeRocher kicked him clean in the Babe's ass? And you don't need to censor. There are just some words which we consider inappropriate. The C word, the N word. Kathy Harden. Kathy Harden, what are you upset about? And don't make me laugh. Don't cheer me up. Oh Lord. I'm afraid to be alone, people. That's why I'm playing this game. I have no business playing it because I'm not well, but I guess I'm a little better than if I was just sitting here worrying. Kathy Harden upset, and I like to repeat the text as much as I can because if people look at this on demand after the live game, within the first 24 hours or so, the live text does not show up. Bill Ivamy notes that 28,013 at the Babes' first game at Ebbets Field. It was June 19 in 1938, so I think we settled that. Thank you to Bill. Leading it off is Sam Crawford for Detroit. It's a 3-0 game. Here's Walsh. And the pitch, 110. Right-handed, pops it up behind the plate, and Sullivan makes the catch, one away. Retro sheet again comes to the top of the fourth question for Kathy Harden. That Ruth question might be hard to top, not only because it was a good question, a great question, but it generated discussion. Here's Jim Delahanty now with one out. Okay, Walsh, the pitch. 3-9, grounds it to short, and that's going to be for Zeider. And he fires it to Tex Jones, 2 away. And George Moriarty is the batter. Okay, Walsh gets the sign from Sullivan. That's a 6-12 right-handed, flies it to center. And under it is McIntyre. And the side is retired, a 1-2-3 for Ed Walsh. We're heading to the bottom of the second. It's 3-0 White Sox. Baseball's a funny game, you know. They blast for 3 runs on an error, a single, a triple, a double, and then even a walk at the end. We're heading to the bottom of the second. It's going to be Big Ed Walsh coming up to the plate. Big Ed Walsh, the spitter, may get a taste of his own medicine. Here's Latif now. The pitch to Walsh, 6-7, right-handed, walked him. You hate to do that, to walk the pitcher. So Big Ed Walsh is on. Let's see if the big guy has a running rating. No, he does not. So he'll just be a 1-10, no steal chance. And that's going to bring up Amby McConnell. Okay, Latif. The pitch to McConnell. 5-4 left-handed fly ball center X. That's going to be Cobb, 119. And they make errors like you wouldn't know in this older. At 21, he catches up to it. Walsh holds it first, so it's 1 out. Don't be surprised, we've already had 1 error. We have people with very high E ratings. Tannenhill, 56, Sider, 88. That's like an error every other game, if I'm not mistaken. Here's Raleigh Zider now. 1 out, Walsh on first. The pitch from Lafitte. 6'8" right-handed struck him out. 2 down for Matty McIntyre. Again, the White Sox, about an average team, a few games over 500. Tigers came in second with 89 wins. You're not ordering anything. I can't afford it. Demos. I would like to get 1970. Demos says this will be the first year in a while that I am not ordering anything for Strat opening day. And I know it's coming up, unless I think it's, I don't know when, this month. And I'd like the 1970 set, but I'm juggling 5 replays as it happens. And I don't have the money. Okay, 2 outs with Walsh on first and McIntyre at the plate. Singled and scored. Here's the pitch. 4-6 left-handed. That's a base hit to right. Walsh goes to second, 1-10. 2 outs, 1-12. No hold, 1-13. It's to right, 1-13. 1-10. He'll hold. And that'll bring up Patsy Doherty. Jeremiah notes, quote, I plan on 1970s, talking about the new set that's coming out. I finished 1969 and ending August for 1971, so I hope to slide that one in after 71 is finished. 70 appears very attractive to me. Did I do the Havoc roll for Doherty? I'm gonna check on the replay here. Sometimes I get distracted. I did, and it was nothing. So that's the great thing about instant replay. Okay, Lafitte trying to get out of this. Pitch to Doherty, 5'11", left-handed, grounds it to first X. That will be Gainer, 230. Uh-oh, 2-2. It's going to be a base hit, 1 asteroid. So Latif really getting hit here. Bases are full now. Let's see if he can. His first endurance is the 9th. Here's Lafitte, 20 starts. I'll pull him. I don't care how they managed back then. If he gets out of this, I'll hit for him maybe. He went all the way in this game in a 6-3 victory. Okay, Nixie Callahan, the batter. First, bases full, 2 outs. This will be a clutch situation. Here's a cheap plug from Demos in 1987 Game Tonight in his 87 replay. I believe that's American League only, around 8:30 p.m. That might work perfectly. I have a game, in case any of you missed it, at 5:45 p.m. The Detroit Tigers at the Chicago White Sox, the Tigers at the Kansas City A's from the 62 replay. And I believe that ends in time. That does, yeah. I'm pretty sure it ends in time. That'll be 5:45 Eastern. So we can enjoy both. I don't know if Kathy will be up. It's close to her bedtime and my bedtime. Now, did I do the Havoc roll for Callahan? You see, I'm getting distracted here. Okay, I'm looking on the replay again. And any help from the crowd would be appreciated. It turns out I did not. I don't see it happening. So we're gonna do the Havoc roll. After all, bases are full. It'll be the Yankees and the Indians for Demos. Check his channel out. 8:30 p.m. around then. Here's the pitch to Callahan. 1-7, grounds it to third. Fielded by Moriarty. And he throws it to Gaynor at first, and the side is retired. So there were no runs there, but not a very good inning again for Lafitte. 3-0. And we move to the third. Maybe we'll keep him in after all. Top of the third, Del Gaynor. Not Joe, Del. Oh. Okay, here's Walsh now, Big Ed Walsh. The pitch to Gaynor. 5'8", right-handed, grounds to second X. McConnell, 322. 3-3, it's going to go through for a base hit past McConnell. First hit allowed by Walsh. And it's Oscar Stainage coming up. Okay, here's Walsh now from the stretch. Gaynor is on first. 1-15, 1-12, not being held. The pitch to Stainage. 3-7, right-handed, double 1-5. It's a fly ball to center. And McIntyre makes the catch, 1 out. They're going to have Lafitte hit. Still early. Maybe he'll settle down. He's a deep bunter. A 2WR, 2NR. So sorry. Here's the pitch, 3-4, walked him. So Lafitte draws a base on balls. It's first and second. And Davy Jones, the batter. Here's Walsh. Pitch to Jones, 6'10", left-handed, grounded to short X. 388 Zeiter. So if he can't get to it, he's going to get to it and make an error. If you follow what I'm saying, 16-3. He gets to it, throws to second to force Lafitte. 2 outs, and Gaynor goes to third. So it's 2 outs, Gaynor is on third. And here's Donnie Bush. Pitch from Walsh. 5-7. Left-handed, struck him out. First strikeout for Walsh. The side is retired. I think the Strat-O-Matic website, of course, would have the answer to that if you're really jonesing for it, Jeremiah. Fixing up my iced coffee. Feeling like doing ice today. We move to the bottom of the third and then get ready for Kathy's second trivia question. Lafitte allowed 3 runs in the first, loaded the bases in the second, but got out of it with no runs allowed. We'll see if he can settle down. Here's Tannenhill to lead it off for the White Sox. It's 3-0 White Sox. Why I can't get that. Okay, here's the pitch to Tannenhill. 4-9 right-handed, grounds it to first, and that's going to be for Gaynor. He takes it to the bag. 1 out. Now Tex Jones, the batter. we go. One five, right-handed, walked him for the second time. So Tex is on, 1 to 15, 1 to 14. Borderline. Actually, he's got so many pick-offs, we will not hold him. He can try it if he wants. I switch hats rather quickly. Billy Sullivan is the batter. The agony of Lafitte. Absolutely. You trying to make me feel better by making me laugh? It's a pitch to Sullivan now. 2-6 right-handed, pops it up to short. And under that will be Bush. 2 outs. That's true. And here's Walsh now. A 3 WR. Tex on first, 2 outs. Pitch to Walsh. 6-2, right-handed, grounds it back to Lafitte. He is a 433. That's a 3-4 base hit, 2 asteroids. So Big Ed Walsh comes through. More agony for Lafitte. First and third, 2 outs, and Amby comes up in a clutch situation. Pitch from Lafitte. 4-8 left-handed base hit to left. Oh, God. Tex scores. Walsh goes to second, will hold. On a 4-8 left-handed. Manager Huey Jennings for the Tigers getting very, very antsy. They have people warming, wherever that might be, sideline. Maybe they had a bullpen, I don't know. And Russ Sider comes up, first and second, 2 outs, 4-0 now. Every inning has been bad for Lafitte. See if he can get out of this, then I'll pull someone else for the next inning. Enough is enough. 5-8 right-handed, flies it to left. And under it is Davy Jones to make the catch. But another run. Maybe I ought to keep him in. What the hell? 4-0 after 3. And the sacks of flour, those bags were loose. Those bags would go flying. Yeah, God knows what those bags were like. The bases were literally bags. I don't even know, there was a time I think eventually they had clips or something that they clipped them into the ground. Now they have, I think, a big spoke and they push it into the ground. I could be wrong. I don't know, but those were some pretty shitty bases. Now I want you all to get ready for this. It's going to be Kathy Harden again for the top of the fourth. And a trivia question. If you know it, put it in. Here it is. The city of La Paz, Bolivia is safe from fire because of what? The city of La Paz, Bolivia is safe from fire because of what? Andrew White, high elevation. Asbestos doesn't burn. We've got a lot of guesses. I'm glad for the participation here. No Googling. That's another red jelly bean for Kathy Harden for another great question. And we give it to Andrew for his correct answer, altitude. She says not attitude. But I'm wondering, you know, I'm a deconstructionist at heart, so I always question everything. Can a fire start? What if someone started a fire by accident? You know what I mean? What if someone did it intentionally? You said it's safe from fire. Would it make sense to say safer from fire? How do they barbecue? Not enough oxygen. That's the entire city is, so fires will go out. I get what you're saying. The lack of oxygen does not let fires spread. Is that it? For example, I could start a little fire, you know, I could have, you know, something. And I take your questions very seriously, so that's why I'm questioning it. I'm going to take a break for a few minutes. We'll continue this ball game. Another great question. And the red jelly bean also goes to Andrew. I'm Jeffrey Guterman, and this is the Strat-O-Matic Network. We'll be right back. Oh, yes, we're back. All 21,000. It's a good crowd. It's 4-0. I don't get it. This is the only place, La Paz, you talking about? I don't get it, Demos. It could be. Trivia. That's an impromptu trivia. Checking sound level now. Checking sound. All 21,000. It's a good crowd. Checking sound here. Checking sound level now. Checking sound. These goddamn robo. All 21,000. It's a good crowd. Oh, absolutely insane. Checking the sound. Oh, absolutely insane. Okay, we've got our sound going. Do many of you get robocalls? They are just unbelievable. I get them. I get half a dozen a day. Easy. Well, we're moving to the top of the fourth. I'm going to do my best to complete this ball game. It's Big Ed Walsh, the spitter. Okay, the only place where they're linked, La Paz and Babe Ruth. I have no idea. I have no clue, Demos. It was an impromptu trivia question, so we're going to continue with the ball game. But if anybody has an answer to that, and or you want to give us hints, it's a place where they're linked. I am clueless. But I thank you for that. Here's Ty Cobb leading it off for the Tigers. Big Ed Walsh in his fourth inning, holding them scoreless. It's an observation, okay? 3-2, right-handed, walked him. So Cobb is on. He draws a base on balls. But what is the, oh, you mean this place. You mean at this broadcast. Hey, Philip Reynolds, hope all is well with you and the wife. I get you. It's just a observation that, yeah, you leave it to Kathy Harden for her variety. I don't think Babe Ruth and La Paz, Colombia, maybe in the history of human history, were ever discussed simultaneously, but it probably was. There was somebody who talked about La Paz, Colombia, and Babe Ruth. It didn't have to coincide. It didn't have to be in the same sentence. I bet you. How about some people in La Paz, Colombia, talking about Babe Ruth? I bet you that happened. Cobb, 1-17, 1-14, being held. And Sam Crawford is the batter. I bet you someone in La Paz did talk about Babe Ruth. And I bet you somebody talked about Babe Ruth and La Paz in the same, sort of the same time period. Havoc roll. Here's the pitch to Crawford. 1-9 right-handed, single one, lines it to second. Caught by McConnell, Amby. 1 out. Now Jim Delahanty. Cobb still being held. I don't think it's been done often. I'll tell you that much. Pitch to Delahanty, 2-10 right-handed, base hit, 1 asteroid. Cobb goes to second and holds, so it's first and second. I'm very concrete, Demos. See, I parse what you're saying. I told you I'm deconstructionist. Another way to perhaps have phrased it so would have been more. We got a top of the fifth from Kathy Harden, and there's no guarantee this game will be finished. And if I get interrupted by a phone call, which I hope to dear God I don't, the game will be temporarily. The broadcast will be ended, and Demos, you're the top of the fifth question from Kathy Harden, and we have Babe Ruth getting his baby's ass kicked as a first base coach, and folks, if you can't read the text, Demo says, but if anyone could have started a fire in La Paz, it might be Babe Ruth. Keep them coming, Demos, because the laughter is a bit of medicine, temporarily, albeit temporarily. I am morbidly stressed out, anxious, and depressed. First on second, with 1 down, and here's Moriarty. The next question will really send us, okay? Looking forward to it. Let me get through this inning, Kathy. Okay, Moriarty at the plate. Big Ed Walsh throws the spitter, 1-5, struck him out. Big Ed Walsh. 2 outs. And Del Gaynor is the batter. Big Ed Walsh really being tough. There's Big Ed Walsh on the mound. 2 outs now, first and second. You know, I saw the word anagram, and I'm sure Kathy's going to be fine. I'm sure she's going to be fine with it. And I couldn't resist. Del Gaynor. Kathy's from New York, and it's just a part of the anatomy. Did I tell you folks the story about when, it's a quick one. When I was in kindergarten, the mother of one of my co-students who was in my kindergarten class called to complain that your Jeffrey is using the word penis in front of my son. We don't call it that. We call it a pee-pee. Why do you let your son talk like that and use the word penis? And my mother said, because that's what it's called. Okay, so my mother didn't, baby me with, trying to, as if it's a bad, something is wrong with saying it, so that you come up with a word pee-pee. You know what I mean? It's first on second, 2 outs. Here's Gaynor now. Oh, Lord help me. Walsh trying to get out of this. 1-6, and that is a clutch situation reversal. Gaynor pops it up to shortstop, and the side is retired. Look at that. That was a 1-6 right-handed clutch reversal because it was first and second with 2 outs, and Walsh gets out of it. We're moved to the bottom of the 4th. And the agony of Lafitte. He's had 3 very bad innings. Allowed 3 in the first. Loaded the bases, got out of it in the second, and allowed a run in the third. But they're keeping him in. Matty McIntyre leading it off. He's 2 for 2. The pitch to McIntyre, 4-8 left-handed base hit. So we're going to see if Latif can get out of this. It's just really hard for me in general. 1-14, not being held. Here's Patsy Doherty, left-handed hitter. Pitch to Doherty, 3-5 right-handed, walked him. And I've had enough with Lafitte. I'm going to just take him out right now. And if we hit for him in the new pitcher, look at this, Wild Bill Donovan. principally a starter, but he might be available. Just want to see if he gets a start recently. Willett, Mullen, Lively. These are all people that you wouldn't want. I'm going game to game. And Pug Cavett. We'll go with Wild Bill Donovan. Wow. Donovan, probably his first appearance. We don't know. We don't keep stats in this except for wins and losses for pitchers. I vary. Lafitte pitched 3 innings. Eight hits. Walked 4. Struck out 1. Has allowed 3 earned and 1 unearned, and he's responsible first and second. Wild Bill Donovan. Donovan was called Wild Bill. He was also called Smiling Bill. He died at age 47. How much you want to bet it's tuberculosis? My Lord, he was killed in a train wreck while traveling on the 20th Century Limited to attend baseball's winter meetings in Chicago. The train wrecked in Forsyth, New York, killing a total of 9. And here I am worried about my shit. That's a different Jeremiah, that's a different Wild Bill Donovan. So Donovan is ready. He is a right-hander. And Nixie Callahan comes up first and second, nobody out. Wild Bill on the mound. The pitch to Nixie. 6'10", right-handed, flies to center X. Cobb, 119. You can see he can make an error out there. It happened a lot. 16-1 makes the catch. Runners hold. 1 away. Yeah, that was a different Jeremiah, a different Wild Bill. When I did a search, he came up. Lee Tannenhill now, first and second, getting ready for Kathy, and Kathy says that her third trivia question will, quote, send you, unquote. So I'm looking forward to that. The pitch to Tannenhill. 1-9, right-handed, grounds it to second, and that's fielded by Delahanty. He throws it to Gaynor at first, and the runners advance. Despite my impairment due to mental distress, emotional distress, I'm playing this game full with all things, holding runners, not holding runners, you name it. I'm not skimping. Two outs now, and a clutch situation for Tex Jones. Jones has walked twice. Here's Wild Bill now. And this is a clutch situation. 3-6, and he struck him out. So Wild Bill looks good enough to hit next inning, as far as I'm concerned. Wild Bill Donovan gets them out of it. LaForte will be responsible for 3 earned and 1 unearned. It's 4-0 after 4. Now it's that time again. Wait for the question from Kathy Harden and get ready to be sent for a loop. Wait for it now. It's coming. Are you still with us, Kathy? I fear Kathy may have been put off by the anagram comment, and if so, it just, I'm sorry. If Kathy is upset with me, oh, I just can't bear that now, especially now. Please post your question, Kathy. Waiting for the question from Kathy for the top of the 5th. Oh. Oh, I am mortified. I am so unhappy. I'm sincere. I always screw things up. Oh, Lord, help me. I'm just gonna move on. No, I can't see it. Oh, it was just an error. Okay. You may have to reword it. No. And we'll wait all day for you, Kathy. We've gone through this before. Maybe go back and come back in. Maybe you're using a word, but I don't have any words censored. I'll wait all frickin' day. And so will Big Ed Walsh. And this one she said will send you, so I'm really looking forward to it. It's one of those things. You want to text it to me on my phone? Hold on. I just sent you a text, Kathy. Can you post it and I'll do it for you? I'm trying to redeem myself also. Where there's a will, there's a way. Kathy and I, we're close. We text each other from time to time on the telephone. Check your text, Kathy Harden. Check your phone text. Go out, come back in, go out, close YouTube. Here it is. Oh my Lord. No wonder, I guess. Here's the question. What is female serial killer's favorite method of murder? What is female serial killer's favorite method of murder? That's from Kathy Harden. And that's quite a spicy question. I don't feel so bad about the anagram situation. Oh, Bill Ivamy, that is nagging. That is not gunshots. Poison. Well, no, if they're a serial killer, they're not going to do. God. Pillow over the head, poison, nagging, gunshots. I got it. I watch a lot of 48 Hours. I watch a lot of true crime. And I've seen several women who have poisoned their husbands. I put that on, by the way. I put that true crime on just to help me feel better about my own life. I'm serious. But we're talking serial killers using poison, killing multiple people. And that's really another great question from Kathy Harden, and we thank you so much. We're in a 4-0 ball game, and we're going to go move right on here. Big Ed Walsh has allowed base runners at times, but continues to throw shutout baseball. That was a great question, Kathy. Thank you for that, Kathy. You've really put together some winners. You know, I'm not going to bother, but I didn't know it's poison. I don't know many female serial killers. Okay, Big Ed Walsh on the mound, and Oscar Stainage, I'm so sorry, leads it off. Okay, here's Walsh. Pitch to Stainage, 3-7, right-handed, double 1-5, flies to center, and McIntyre makes the catch. I'm surprised it's only 4-0. And it's going to be Wild Bill Donovan, managing like nobody's watching. Wild Bill. He is a 7NS, mind you. It's another good reason to let him hit. He's a switch hitter. Wild Bill batting left-handed. Pitch from Walsh, 1-2, lines it to second, 2 outs. And here's Davy Jones. Walked and grounded out. Pitch from Walsh, 1-11. Ballpark slash, left-handed 1, goes lines to second for McConnell. And it's a 1-2-3 for Ed Walsh. So Walsh now buckling down. And here's Wild Bill now. Billy Sullivan leading it off. Ed Walsh comes out on deck. 1-8, flies it to center for Cobb. He makes the catch, 1 out. Now here's Walsh. And the pitch, 5-7, right-handed. Triple 1-6. It's a triple for Ed Walsh. His second hit of the game. God. And Amby McConnell, the batter. Here's McConnell with Walsh on third. They're bringing the infield in, so Donovan allows the triple to Walsh. The pitch to Amby. 4-11, left-handed, walked him. First and third, 1 out. Now they'll play the infield back for a possible double play. Raleigh Zider. Amby 1-15, Wild Bill. A -2, -3. Not being held. Stanich has a good arm. So Zider at the plate. McConnell on first, Walsh on third, 1 out. And the pitch to Zider. 2-11, right-handed, fly ball left. This might score Walsh. Walsh 1-10, we've already established. To left field, he stays 1-10. Add 2, 1-12, he's coming home. Here's the throw from Davy Jones, 1-10, 1-12. And he is safe. That makes it a 5-0 ball game. Wild Bill now letting up a run. McConnell stayed at first. 2 outs now. And here's Matty McIntyre. McIntyre 3 for 3, 3 singles. 3-6 right-handed. There's a liner to second, and that's caught by Delahanty. And the side is retired, but another run. And it's a 5-0 ball game. You got any more trivia there, Kathy? One good thing is this short passes the time. 7th double shot. God bless you. God bless Kathy Harden. A double shot. We'll try to get through at a reasonable pace here. Big Ed Walsh now. Throwing shutout baseball. Donnie Bush leading it off. Switch hitter batting left. Pitch from Walsh, 6-9. Grounds it to short X. Zider, 388. 16-3 throws him out. His range is okay, but makes a lot of errors. 1 out, here's Cobb now. Cobb has not been very impressive in this replay thus far in the first 5 games. He's been just a bit off. Here's Walsh now. Pitch to Cobb, 110. There's a walk. So Cobb is on, 1-17, 1-14, being held. Here's Sam Crawford now. Cobb on first, being held, 1 out. .28 right-handed, that's a base hit. Cobb goes to second and holds. 1 asteroid. First and second, 1 out. Jim Delahanty, the batter. That's a possible wild one. It's a 1 for Ed Walsh. No. Stopped in the dirt by Sullivan. Full count on Delahanty. 5-7 right-handed struck him out. That big Ed Walsh comes through when it's needed. 2 away. And here's George Moriarty. Clutch situation. That's another possible wild pitch. Pitch to Moriarty. 4-7 right-handed, single 1-11, goes through, base hit. But it's 1 asteroid, so Cobb holds at third. Big Ed Walsh trying to get out of this one. Del Gaynor steps up. It is a bases loaded. 2 outs, clutch situation. Okay, Walsh looks in. The pitch to Gaynor. 5-9 right-handed, fly ball right. This should end the inning. Callahan makes the catch, and the side is retired. Again, no runs. Full endurance for Ed Walsh. A walk and 2 singles, bases left loaded. We move to the bottom of the 6th. Wild Bill Donovan in his 3rd inning. of relief. He has an endurance of 4 in relief. Patsy Daugherty leading it off. 110 grounds it to first, 1 out. Here's Nixie Callahan. Three, 6 right-handed base hit for Nixie. Nixie 1-19. Donovan 1-16, being held 1-14. And here's Tannenhill. Wild Bill from the stretch. 6-6 right-handed, double 1-15. It's a double. 2 asteroids. Callahan goes to third. And Tex Jones coming up. Infield brought in. Second and third, 1 out. Tex Jones walked twice and struck out. Reroll. Donovan in trouble. 111 right-handed. That's a ballpark slash with the right-hander. 1-9 goes through for a base hit. Callahan scores. Let's look at that again. Wild Bill Donovan, 111. Right-handed, ballpark slash against right-handers. It's 1-6. Oh, I am so sorry. I was looking at home runs. That's going to be a line out. A line out too short. It was 1-6, and it was a 7. A beautiful catch made by Donnie Bush. That'll be 2 outs and bringing up Sullivan. I was looking at home runs. It was a ballpark slash. Okay, Donovan trying to get out of this. Pitch to Sullivan, 4-9 right-handed, grounder to short axe. With second and third, a 176. How do you like that? Donnie Bush, a 176, and he makes the play. My God. A 1 range, but 76 E rating. And the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits. Donovan gets out of it. We move to the top of the 7th. And here's Big Ed Walsh. He loaded him up in the 6th. Got out of it. Had first and second in the 4th. Got out of it. Had first and third in the 3rd. Got out of it. He's had... Chicago has not capitalized. Here's Stainage. There will be a hitter for Donovan. .58 right-handed, grounds it to second X. McConnell 322. 16-3 throws him out, 1 away. And let's see who's going to hit here for Wild Bill Donovan. Donovan pitched 3 innings. Three hits, walked 1, struck out 1, allowed 1. It is 5-0, Chicago. They make like no substitutions. I'm just, if for game after game, unbelievable. I'm just looking to get some sort of direction here. Unbelievable. Ed Summers will be the pitcher. Let's see who's hitting. It's going to be Delos Drake. Delos Drake. They don't have a left-handed. Delos Drake stepping in. He lived a good long life. 78 years old for someone born in 1886. Here's Drake stepping in. 1 out, nobody on. Walsh. And the pitch, 4-10, right-handed, walked him. So Drake is on. 1-17, 1-14, borderline. Not being held. Here's Davy Jones. Pitch from Walsh. 6-10 left-handed, grounds it to short axe. Zeiter 388. Can you believe that? But it's a 5-3. He throws it to first. And Drake goes to second. So it's 2 outs for Cobb. Whoops. For Donnie Bush. We have hit the 2-hour mark for this ball game. Pitch to Bush, 2-8, right-handed, struck him out. And that's the 4th strikeout for Big Ed Walsh, and the side is retired. Now we'll have an extended 7th inning stretch. It's all Chicago today, and Ed Walsh. Summers will be the new pitcher for Detroit, the 3rd of the game. But I want you all to get ready now for the double shot. Take your time, Kathy. Hopefully it works. Here's the first one. Which album is generally considered to be the first rock and roll album to include all song lyrics on its back cover? Which album is generally considered to be the first rock album to include all song lyrics on the back cover? I say Sgt. Pepper. Bill Ivamy says Sgt. Pepper. We're all Sgt. Pepper. That was a great first question. I haven't thought about that in a while, but that is generally considered to be the one. We give a red one to Kathy and Bill. I don't get any. Now I want you to hang in there. It's a double shot. Take your time, and wait for it, everybody. What American League pitcher, 1925, has spent for the highest batting average for a season of at least 250 at bats? And Bill Ivamy says Walter Johnson. I assume he means Johnson. Walter. And Bill got it. Great question. And a great answer. Wow. Thank you for the questions, Kathy Harden. She curates these. They don't just appear, she collects these. I think that was toward the end of his career, too. If it was not his last year, I think that was probably his last year. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Oh. There was a full moon last night, I believe. We're heading to the bottom of the seventh. The new pitcher is Ed Summers. He's the third pitcher for Detroit. I think that's a lot of pitchers to use. He died at age 68. His nickname was Kickapoo Ed. Kickapoo. Kickapoo Ed, maybe because he had a kick in his delivery. He died of a cerebral hemorrhage at age 68. It says here on Wiki, in spite of his nickname, Summers did not identify as a Native American and consistently identified himself as white in the United States Census and in his draft registration records. So Kickapoo is ancestry. Kickapoo is the Kickapoo people. An Algonquin-speaking Native American tribe. Where he picked that up, I do not know. He did not identify himself. I imagine there's more to the story there. So Ed Summers will face Walsh to start off the bottom of the seventh. Philip Reynolds has arrived again. Here's the pitch, 3-5. 3-6, I'm sorry, struck him out. Ed Summers facing Amby McConnell. (1911), we were not far away from our history of genocide of Native Americans. Here's Amby McConnell. I guess by 1911 it had simmered down, if you will. 4-8. That's a shot hit out into the gap, right center. Crawford can't get it. It's going to be a double for McConnell. Amby with his second hit of the game. White Sox came out hitting today. They've hit all three pitchers. Here's Raleigh Zeider now with McConnell on second, one out. He is out and about. I guess you're on mobile. 1-7 right-handed. Single 1-14 goes through, base hits. One asteroid, so it's first and third, one out for Matty McIntyre, infield back. (3-7) flies to center, and that might be deep enough for McConnell to tag. Amby 1-14, 1-16, 1-15. He'll come home. Here's the throw from Cobb, and he is safe. 6-0. Two outs now. Here's Patsy Daugherty with Zeider on first, two down. 4-3 left-handed, flies it to center, and under it is Cobb, and the side is out. But another run for the White Sox. We move to the top of the 8th. Big Ed Walsh takes to the mound. It'll be Cobb, Crawford, and Delahanty. Here's Cobb. 4-6, left-handed, triple 1-2, base hit. Cobb is on. Being held. Now Crawford. It's Chicago 6, Detroit nothing. Five-four left-handed, grounds to third X. Tannenhill, 356. 16-3, throws it to second to first, double play. 2 outs. And Delahanty, the batter. 3-6, my goodness, double 1-15. A 2-out double off Walsh. And Moriarty comes up, clutch situation. Five, 6 right-handed struck him out, so he comes through whenever necessary to retire the side. And no runs again, the shutout by Walsh through 8. Here's Summers now. He allowed a run in his first inning. Nixie Callahan leading it off. If you're looking ahead to the top of the 9th, it will be Gaynor, Stainage, and we can only assume a hitter for Summers if he makes it through this inning. Pitch to Nixie, 3-8. Hit well. Oh my, it's gone. Nixie Callahan with a home run. A very rare home run by Nixie Callahan off Ed Summers. Look at that again, 3-8. Home run 1-3. And it was a 3. He had 3 for the season. So Nixie Callahan with the home run. Make it 7-0. Here's Lee Tannenhill. Very rare homer. Unnecessary havoc roll. That happens. 5-7, we just ignore it. Grounder to second X. Delahanty, 444. 16-4, throws him out. 1 away. Here's Tex Jones now. Pitch from Summers. 5-5 right-handed, struck him out. Second for Summers. And Billy Sullivan, the batter. 3-5 base hit. And that'll bring up Walsh. Sullivan not being held with a 2 chance. Walsh 2 for 3, walked, singled, tripled, and scored, and struck out. 5'8", right-handed, pops it up to short. And Donnie Bush makes the catch and the side is retired. But another run, making it 7-0. And a long ball game, pushing 2.5 hours of real time. Walsh trying to get the shutout. 7-0. This game lasted 2 hours, 5 minutes, real world. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not the same game. This lasted 1 hour and 50 minutes. Okay, it's going to be Gaynor leading it off. Del Gaynor. He's 1 for 3. They're down by 7. .311 right-handed, grounds it back to Walsh, 1 out. Now here's Stainage, 0 for 3. .46 right-handed, double 1 to 6, base hit. Keeping hopes alive. Now there'll be a hitter for Summers. Coming in to hit will be Boss Schmidt. He's a catcher, a right fielder, and a switch hitter. Boss Schmidt. Died at age 52. He had a take charge attitude. That's where they get the nickname Boss. He died suddenly from an intestinal obstruction. Upon hearing of his death, his teammate Ty Cobb wept, saying, quote, "In all my years in baseball, I don't think I ever saw anyone tougher than my old friend Charlie Schmidt. I will always remember him fondly." He died in 1932. So there's Ty Cobb expressing emotion. Boss Schmidt from Arkansas. Switch hitter batting left against Big Ed Walsh. It's Stainage on first, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Boss. 5'9", switch hitter batting left, flies it to left field. Opposite field. And Doherty makes the catch. And now it's all up to Davy Jones. Again, 7-0. Feel free to stick around for the recap and entering of the statistics. Not that I show it to you, but you can watch my head while I'm doing it. Here's the pitch to Davy Jones. 6-7, left-handed, grounder to second. McConnell has it. He throws it to Tex Jones at first, and the game is over. So it's a shutout for Ed Walsh. 7-0 is the final. A lot of pitches thrown by Big Ed Walsh, but he threw a shutout. I'll be back with a recap in just a minute. Big Ed with the intimidating stare, and I have it to show. Very intimidating. Better yet, I'm too tired to enter these statistics now. I'm going to put a note to myself to do that later. But it was quite a game. Thank you for the companionship, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kathy Harden, most of all, for those great trivia questions. Loved them all of them. The final score, Chicago White Sox 7 runs, 14 hits, no errors. Detroit Tigers, no runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Chicago came out hitting, and Ed Walsh came to pitch. And although he got into trouble multiple times throughout the ball game, he did not let a run score. So that's the ball game. Tigers will be now 4-2, and the White Sox 4-3. Stay strong, everybody. Stay well. Thank you to everybody. Again, Kathy Harden, thank you so much. Philip Reynolds, Bill Ivamy, looking through Jeremiah, who was, I believe, with us from the beginning of this ball game. Baseball Demos, who may or may not be here anymore. Andrew White got the high elevation in La Paz, Colombia. And everybody else in the Strat-O-Matic network. Again, stay strong, stay well. It helped, Kathy. It helped distract me. Now I have to just try to chill myself. And it did help a lot. Most of all, it helps to distract. Thank you all. Oh, what the hell? Maybe I'll just enter these stats now. Let me put a shirt on. That way, can get it off my plate. Okay, this was game 48. Detroit loses. They're 4-2. And Chicago wins. They're 4-3. That's, wow, 1/2. One, that's half. That's half. 1. 1/2. And 2.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 7, 10, 17, 18, 19, 23. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 23. 20, 48. Lafitte. Lafitte gets the loss, he's 0-1. Walsh gets the win, he's 2-1. Unfortunately, those are the only stats I'm keeping. I forgot that it was so easy. Now I'll email this to myself. And that'll do it. Take care.